Inferno. We're only doing one X book this week because we've let them pile up a lot. So we're not going to go crazy about it, but this is Inferno number 3, the big old Hickman event that's been going on. And we open up with this one with Doug friend Cypher being dropped off at the island and being shown what the basic goal of Krakoa is going to be, like a home for mutant people, created and designed for the establishment of mutant society, the beginning of mutant ascendance. So, you know, figure something out. How long would it take for you to figure out like what we want you to figure out? And I think this is a scene we've actually seen before in House or Powers of X, where they drop off Cypher on the island, and he talks about how he's going to need a year to really just establish like a language with Krakoa and be able to like communicate with it and talk to it. So Xavier's like, well, good luck. And we never see we get into the moments that we didn't see from this scene, where Doug is like, he talks to Warlock about how like, hey, so do you trust Professor Xavier? And Warlock's like, no, self friend. Experience says that we do not. So,
which was a fair response.
Yeah.
Which I like that. I like the subtlety in writing from Hickman when it comes to that. Like how he said it mattered a lot.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't about not like having like some type of prejudice against him. It was like, listen, like, you know, we'd be stupid to not at least keep ourselves somewhat guarded and right.
To not be skeptical.
While still being hopeful. Yeah. While still remaining hopeful and working towards something better.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you this, through whatever may happen, I'm pretty sure that even though Charles has been super shady, although I'm starting to learn through my history lessons with X-Men that he kind of always has been, I'm regurgitating what I've said before in other podcasts, but I got to remember, Professor X is not the guy from the X-Men movies that's super duper kind.
Mm-hmm.
He was a jerk back then. He did wild shit.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, you know? And Xavier's kind of
and that
like
means,
that guy.
Yeah, to the T. Like,
but yeah, we go over through basically the cycle of how they figured out different various parts of the things that make Krakoa special. You know, we see them developing the resurrection cycle. We see them develop the different forms of seeds that Krakoa develops, and it's all through basically Warlock and Krakoa eating bits of each other throughout, you know, a certain period of time. So,
which was that technovirus shit we seen in the beginning.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a little bit, well, it does get deeper. No
Yeah.
pun intended. And you guys are going to see why it wasn't a pun intended in a little bit.
Yeah, they come up with the habitat. I guess the 3 medicines that like cure everything. And now they break down this crazy twist about the no place seeds. And for those of you who don't know, the no place seeds are basically habitat seeds that Krakoa, for whatever reason, is blind to. Like it's a part of him, but he cannot see into them. He is not aware of what's inside them, what it houses. And Cypher has revealed that like Krakoa is still not able to see within a no place, but because he and Warlock have been exchanging like pieces of each other and eating pieces of each other, that does not go for Warlock, and Warlock can see into the no place, which means
everything.
Yeah, which means this whole time Moira has been just like, Cypher has just been aware of Moira. And so is Krakoa, because he's showing him this shit.
Right.
And we see Cypher as he's watching them talk about like making sure Destiny doesn't exist anymore. Man, what a twist and a half. I was actively like, damn.
Like, oh shit. It'd be your own man, son. Your own man.
I mean, it's so cool coming from Cypher.
And we'd love to see it. We'd love to see it.
Because Cypher is kind of like this dweeby guy throughout the course of the X books, where he's not stupid or anything. He's like one of the smartest people there, but he's like not the most capable fighter or whatever. He's always been seen as the guy that's like kind of nervous to get into conflict. And meanwhile, he has this thing going on in the background, which is like a really cool twist, I think. Made me actively go, oh shit. We then cut over to the present, the White Palace, as Destiny and Mystique have been summoned by Emma Frost, and they are confronted by the Cuckoos. And man, Destiny just does her fucking mind games. I would hate to live with Destiny. I don't blame Moira. Destiny just be annoying. Where she'll just like tell you your fortune in riddles on purpose just to make you feel bad.
Right.
But yeah, she basically goes to the Cuckoos, who are bragging about how they're all one person. They're not really 5 separate entities. And they all take turns wearing, like, I guess the black sash, to like give everyone the illusion that one is in charge every now and then, but that's not necessarily true. And Destiny like drops the knowledge that 2 will find love, 3 will not, 1 will be changed forever, severed from the 5 in Otherworld, which is crazy. Jonathan Hickman dropping like nuggets of story that he won't be around to write for X amount of time.
Right. Like, all right, Hickman,
all right, Hickman, don't make us miss you more, dude. Stop dropping shit. So yeah, 1 will be severed from the 5 in Otherworld, and 1 will never recover from it. And they ask, who is which? And she's like, how would I know that? You're all one person. And I'm like,
ooh, throwing back in your feet.
It's like, oh, fuck you, Destiny.
Like, all right, yeah.
You're such a bitch. You just did that on purpose. You didn't even have to. They're teenagers.
That make you feel better, you blind woman.
But yeah, Mystique and Destiny go in to meet with Emma Frost, and she tells them about everything that Magneto and Xavier have revealed to her. She just immediately snitches to the worst possible people. And she explains to them that like she's also pissed off about that. She's not a big fan of being kept in the dark for so long. And she reveals to them like a future, like that one part of Moira's life where they burned her alive. And they're not aware of it, obviously, because they're not aware of these lives, and not even Destiny is really aware of that this happened, because it happened in an entirely different life. But immediately, Destiny just kind of like sees this as kind of a manipulation play by Emma Frost, and so Mystique asks us like, and if you had to choose us or them, and Emma's like honest. She's like, I'm not fucking with anybody. I'm on my own side here. It's every man for himself at this point, because fuck them, and I don't really vibe with y'all, really. I'm just telling you guys it feels to just...
Right, I see the shiesty shit y'all do.
Yeah.
Y'all not low.
Yeah. So, yeah, Destiny is like, you have gifts, don't you? So I think, like, she did call them in here, not to ally with them, but to, like, give them a means to fuck up whatever Charles and Magneto have in store. We then cut over to Moira in her safe house in Paris, and she just goes walking down the street, where she is then immediately arrested by AIM and S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. And
they pull up on her.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, whoa, that's not good.
Not at all. Like, that's it. They lost.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what immediately, it was like, what now? What do you do now? And they poured her away. Meanwhile, Magneto and Charles have this like philosophical debate about what they're doing. He's like, man, you think this shit's going to blow up in our face? And Xavier's like, no, it'll be different.
Nah,
not at all. So yeah, he's basically like, this is like where it gets like kind of interesting, where he says, you saw how Emma looked at us when she saw it, right? Saw right through it. we always win. And I think like that's what she said in the last issue, but that gets repeated later because as we cut over to the Orcus Forge, we get this conversation between the cyborg lady from the future and Nimrod. And it turns out she is from the future. Like she's not another iteration of this person in this current time. She came from the future that we've seen before. And she explains that like way back in the day, well, like in her future, the person that she is becomes a machine person, wait, what was it? Like fairly recent, 2 years from the date that they're in right now. So she's there early, and Nimrod also is early in this time period. And she explains what happened in her future, where the children of the Vault actually come out and start to like fuck shit up, and we all think that this is going to be the start of post-humanity. But they get defeated by Apocalypse, apparently, because he comes back. And I'm like, yo, Daddy Apocalypse!
Oh, snap. They're a big deal. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So they pull up, and then in response, they create Nimrod. And they send Nimrod to the past to fuck shit up for mutants in their infancy. But that doesn't work. Nimrod fails. And then... Which
I learned, by the way, that is supposed to explain the Nimrod that showed up in like the old X-Men comics. Mm-hmm. That explains the
Nimrod that
because remember it's one continuous what do you call that, continuity? Mm-hmm. Continuous continuity. Jeez.
Yeah.
I could have said that better. Well, anyway,
it's okay. Hey, it's
okay. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, in case you wasn't really 100% sure with that.
I'm implied, but thanks for the clarity. Honestly, that kind of helped.
Remember the derpy one? The one that looks like that? And that's basically him. That's the one they sent him in the past.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Well, yeah, they sent him in the past. His thing fails. And then Mutant.
Yeah, because he's a derp.
Yeah, he's a derp.
And 80s X-Men, of course they was gonna win.
Yeah.
And
then going forward,
and then shit turns up to 1,000.
Yeah, the mutants just continue to, all they do is win all over the place. They just trounce like post-humans and machines alike, and then they just steal the powers of the fucking basic machine gods one by one.
Of the phalanx.
Yeah, the phalanx, essentially. They just fucking continue to whoop ass through the galaxy.
And they start hunting them down for, whatever reason, resources or knowledge.
Whatever, dude. Whatever it is.
They become masters of this universe, I guess.
Some shit. They just win. They just, like, kick ass. And one of the Titans, which is, like, I guess one of the gods... I know that there's, like, a full breakdown of the hierarchy of these, like, phalanx. Titans are one of them. One of them takes the woman, the cyborg lady, and teleports her to the current timeline, and that's what happens.
They say a trickster Titan.
Yeah,
I don't know who that could be referencing.
It's this little machine thing. It's the phalanx.
Yeah. What do you? Do you think that might be what's his name? WizKid, Warlock.
Imagine if it's Warlock.
Think about it, man. He's the only one that's like. I mean, he's defected from. All right, look at the trickster Titan, betrayer and coward of its brother and sister machines.
Yeah.
Remember, it did defect from the phalanx in the first place because it's a mutant. Mm-hmm. It's a mutant phalanx, but
yeah.
Downloaded my mind and pushed it through a black hole to infect and overwrite the me who lived in the past but had not yet awakened. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, who
pretty
knows?
Crazy stuff.
It's pretty wild. Reading this, I was like, whoa, what the fuck? This isn't the story I know. Oh, actually, okay, so I think I a little bit put it together. Okay, so basically, this lady comes back, and she starts Orcus with Killian Devo. And I don't know if he's like a character from the past. but he basically finds him, gives him new eyes, and they both build Orcus together. So that's what happens. And then they get an alert that mutants have been detected, because they assume that Moira was taken to an Orcus station. So, it's assumed that like Xavier and them are pulling up to attack an Orcus station. And then we get the informational pages. We are currently in Moira's 10th life, which is, we see two different timelines. There's the timeline that Cyborg Lady explained, where the mutants just trounce all over humanity, post-humanity, and machines, and basically take over the world. And then there's the other timeline that was created by that Titan, sending back Cyborg Lady to a different point in time. And I think that's the timeline we're in right now. It's an alternate timeline to the 10th life of Moira. So there's two life 10s. And I'm like, what the fuck, Hickman?
Yeah.
This is cheating.
It kind of is, but it...
No, I loved it.
I mean, why not? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was super interesting. But anyway, so Magneto and Xavier pull up to this Orcus station where they find everyone is slaughtered. And they're like, what the fuck happened here? Everybody dead, and they try to they open this door because they think Moira is in it. And it turns out Mystique and Destiny actually have Moira. And Magneto walk into an empty room, but has a fucking just detached arm sitting on a chair. And Moira's missing her arm. So they just like cut off her arm and left it there just to taunt them, I guess.
Why?
I don't know.
I guess.
It's pretty wild. And they're like, they cannot save you. Not this time. And at the same exact time, Magneto and Xavier are confronted by Orcus agents and Nimrod and the Cyborg Lady. And that's where this issue ends. Pretty intense. Wow. This was a lot to take in. There's a lot of information drop, a lot of cool twists. Man, am I going to miss Hickman. I can't believe this shit's being prolonged the way it is.
Yeah, no.
And don't get me wrong, I love the X-Men run and all the X-Men books, but come on, dude, this is just great. I can't believe that we're gonna have to wait for who knows how long to get like kind of what Hickman is trying to get at with this entire
another couple years at least.
Yeah, I mean, I almost wish I didn't know. I wish that like that wasn't publicized information. Because that kind of makes it worse for me. But
yeah, he showed. I wish the curtain was still up, still down. I mean, they revealed what's going on behind the scenes, and
that's the thing with American comics. It's
now
tough.
We have no reason.
It's just tough, man. Because I mean, like so much of what happens in American comics is so publicized. It's annoying. Like they just spoil shit in the headlines and stuff. Just let things be a mystery. It's fine. But yeah, Inferno was crazy. I didn't need a whole like separate timeline shit, but we got it, and I'm here for it. Just great. It's just great. It's just Hickman writing at its best. Spicy language all around.
Yeah. Man, this really left me wanting to see like what's gonna happen in the next issue. This man, the reveals were pretty crazy with Warlock and Cypher.
Yeah.
It wasn't as deep of a cut as I thought, but I know there's more to come, so that's why I'm really looking forward to seeing more. I'm not going to react too hard. I'm still waiting for that moment.
Yeah.
And I don't think that was it. I don't think that whole, Warlock knows what's going on. That's not enough. That's not the person. That's not the dead Celestial on the moon.
No, definitely not. I don't think it's supposed to be, but
I hope not, bro.
No.
I fear that we may
that
not.
dead Celestial moment is just literally a panel that we didn't even discount. So it probably already happened and we just don't know. But
fuck,
and
man,
to be fair, it's probably not. There's probably nothing like that. So
that's so disappointing.
I mean, that's fine. We don't need it every time,
I need it every time.
I mean, we don't know if it happened or not, so don't worry about it.
True. We don't know yet.
That's the best part about it, is that we don't know if it happened already. But yeah, that was Inferno. Fucking awesome, as usual.